My hair, I just look like Cruella de Vil. Hello everyone, so this is a sit down talk with, oh god. Let's straighten you up. Oh no, let's not. I decided to do a get ready with me. I've got a cup of tea, I've got some grapes, and I've got some sweets because I just said get ready with me. This is a get to know me tag. I have wrote some questions down off the internet of what it says. So I'm gonna read the questions and answer them as honest as I can. Okay, so the first question is, what's your name? So my name's Chelsea. I am 24 years old. Now that sounds really old to me now. Like, I still feel like I'm 18. Let's just take a minute to just adjust. So, the next question is, how tall am I? I am 5'7" / 8, so I'm quite tall. What do you do for a living? For a living, I'm an estate agent. So when I was at school, I hated school. I just didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. Initially, when I was at school, I hated every subject. The only subjects I liked was PE and art, but I wasn't going to be an art teacher because I wasn't good at it. So there was a few things when I was at school that I wanted to be. Kind of wanted to be a teacher, like a PE teacher, or I wanted to be a personal trainer, or I'd love to be a secret agent. I'd love to be that, or in the police, but that I really wanted to be sort of like a personal trainer. So I went to college and I did sport. I got quite good grades, can I just say? I didn't at school though. And then when I was at the point of where like I did interviews, me personally, I thought when I was 18, I used to think no one would come to me. Like a big strong man would not come to me and want to be trained. Like, no. I just decided I didn't want to do personal training anymore for multiple different reasons. There was things like I thought it was going to be antisocial hours, which the personal trainers will agree or disagree to that. Some will say, no, you can do whatever you want, or yeah, it is quite antisocial. Like when you look at the client base, clients are either going to be free before working hours or after working hours. So that means for you, a personal trainer, to me, it's a very antisocial sort of job. Like you've got to get up in the morning to be able to suit your clients' needs, and the same at night. And for me, it just wasn't that's just not what I wanted from my life, because I wanted to have like a family. I wanted like a 9-to-5 job, something that would be easy for one day when I was to have children. I was currently working at Costa Coffee at the time. Absolutely loved working at Costa Coffee. Love making coffee and tea and coolers. Yeah. Anyway, that was not a career for me to work at Costa Coffee. I started working at a nursery. And don't get me wrong, the days actually fly by. Decided, like I said, it wasn't for me, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to go back into like Costa Coffee or a coffee shop for now, just to be a barista, get some better pay whilst I look for something I actually want to do as a career. I went and worked at a really nice cafe. It was on like a marina. So I loved doing that. And then there was one day I think I was actually playing Sims, because I used to absolutely love playing Sims on the computer and designing houses. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to be an interior designer or an architect. So anyway, I looked into estate agency. So I went around loads of different estate agents in Derby, and I literally handed out my CV, and I basically said, look, I want to be a sales negotiator. I wouldn't have known the word negotiator at the time. I probably would, I don't know. But anyway, so I just kept trying, nothing kept coming up, and I was like, I want like, everything was like, oh, you need experience. And I was like, well, how am I going to get experience? I'm not going to university. Why, like, I felt when I was like 18, 19, whatever I was, I felt it's very hard for us younger generations to get jobs, especially in something we want to do, because a lot of the time jobs are saying, oh, requires experience. Well, when you're that age, how can you get experience without having to go to university? But to me, university isn't experience, that's just knowledge. Like, experience is doing the job and learning, and then you get your experience. So anyway, that's what all the feedback I kept getting was, you need experience. Obviously I didn't have experience, but then luckily one day I got 2 companies asked for an interview, so I was absolutely amazed by it. Went in for this interview at one place which was called Best Weaves, and the guy said to me, it was like an amazing interview, it was so funny. I remember one of the questions in it was, because I worked at the cafe at the time, he said, if you could recommend me a cake, which cake would you recommend? So then I said to him, I said, well, it depends if you're a sweet tooth or you're savoury. And he was like, oh, I'm sweet. And I was like, oh, definitely the red velvet. And then he was like, actually, no, not. And I was like, oh, the Stan ginger cake. And I literally remember that because it like flew off my tongue. So like he was testing my sales skills. So anyway, we had a really good interview, and this was for a sales negotiator job. But at the time, after the interview, as I was walking out, he said to me, he goes, would you do lettings? I had no idea what lettings was. Like, all I've ever known is like you own your own house. Like, not in a snobby way or anything, but my family have always owned their own house. So I didn't have a clue what lettings was, which will be the case for many people. Like, people won't know about rented and stuff. So anyway, I said, like, I didn't have a clue at this point when he said it, and I was like, oh yeah, definitely, like, yeah, I want to get in. So he then offered me an interview with the lettings manager, and I got the job as a lettings negotiator. I became a lettings negotiator. I wouldn't go and do sales. So I think once you start one of them, so if you start in sales, you're going to stick at sales. But if you start at lettings, a lot of lettings people do move over. But I think if you do move over to sales, I think you need to do it sooner rather than later, because I feel like I'm too far down the line that I've got quite a bit of experience now in lettings, and there's quite a bit of knowledge that you need in lettings, like all your legal requirements, and I just feel like I don't want to start afresh in sales. I mean, if sales is what I really wanted to do, and like I knew I'd absolutely love it, then yeah, I probably would. But I know I'll just enjoy it the same. And I think lettings, for me personally, I do enjoy more, because in lettings, in the company I work for, you're out of the office a lot more. So like, we do a lot more of the viewings and stuff, and I love the fact that being an estate agent, I feel like it's such a varied job. Like, you're not just an admin person, you're not just stuck at your desk all day long from 9 till 5. You could be in the office, you've got your admin to do, you could be going on a viewing, you could be going on a property visit. I mean, I love it. Like, I love being nosy at people's houses. Like, so I've actually just bought a house myself. I'm full on rambling. So I've just bought a house myself, and being an estate agent has given me so much inspiration, because when I go around to people's houses, like, seeing how they decor stuff is giving me inspiration for my house. Like, okay, enough about what I do for a living. I'm an estate agent. How many siblings have I got, if I have? I've got one sibling, it's a brother, and he's older. Dogs or cats? Dogs, definitely. Even though I've grown up with cats, I'm a dogs person. Hobbies. So I don't really have any hobbies anymore. I mean, I go to the gym, so I guess that's a hobby. Well, I would go to the gym if we aren't on lockdown, but Yeah, no, I do. I love the gym still. So even though I didn't do that as a career in the personal training, I still love to train myself for my own personal reasons. Hobbies, I love going on like bike rides and stuff. Other than that, I don't really have a lot of hobbies. I see my friends. I'm quite a social person. My favourite drink, favourite drink would be a cup of tea. Most people would be like, oh, gin, lemonade. No, a cup of tea. No, to be fair, if it's going on alcohol, it would be Parma Violets, gin and lemonade. Favourite food, spaghetti bolognese, but I'm a vegetarian, so I have soya. Favourite perfume, my favourite perfume, I've got 2 or 3. So, like when I was at school, my favourite perfume was Britney Spears Fantasy. Absolutely love it, and I still love it to this day. It's just amazing. Second favourite is Black Opium. Absolutely love that perfume. I think everyone loves that perfume. And then the third favourite, the third favourite is Victor and Rolf Bon Bon. Tea or coffee? It's tea. Favourite movie? Now, if we were going off a younger me, it would definitely be The Parent Trap. Absolutely love that film. But a favourite movie now, The Holiday or The Lucky One. Am I single or taken? I'm taken. Go-to hairstyles, just straight. My hair's natural. Favourite vacation? My grandparents used to have a place in Spain, so I used to go to Spain every year. So favourite place is probably Spain, but the actual favourite, most like memorable place I've been on holiday is Croatia. And we went to a place called Hvar. So you fly into Split and then you get a ferry over to Hvar. And it was the most incredible destination I've ever been. It was the most fulfilling holiday I've ever been on, honestly. It was incredible. We hired a boat. So on one of the days we went on this speedboat with a few other people on it, and he literally took you like island hopping, and like you just went exploring. We went under like the blue. It's like Croatia. It's just amazing. Tell us one thing we wouldn't know about you. So one thing that you wouldn't know about me is I have a bladder problem. I've had 3 operations now, a cystoscopy and a urethra dilation. I'll let you do the rest googling. He's not very nice. I think this is the end of the vlog. It's not a vlog, it's a sit down chat.